Hi guys! So a lot of you have been requesting for my eyebrow routine, and I guess it's because I've been sporting a bushier kind of full messy brow recently. What I tried to do in this video is just show you guys different options for each step, just so that you guys have your options and I get to share with you guys which ones I've tried and tested and have really loved. I also try to include different price ranges just so that, you know, everyone has more options. So if you want to know my bushy brow routine, then please keep on watching. These are my brows with no product on them. And as you can see, they're pretty thick on their own. That's because I stopped getting them waxed. At the most, what I'll do is take tweezers and just clean any of the stray hairs that are like way down here. But if it's like these that are close to like the main brow, I don't touch them because they look nice when you groom them with products later on. I'll show you. And I opt for a more straight shape now because I don't like looking too matapang. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a spoolie, and I'm using the spoolie from one of the Benefit brow pencils. I'm just gonna brush the hairs up, just so you get a better idea of what you're working with. Then, the next thing I do is I take a very thin brow pencil, and like I said, I'll give you guys 3 options, perhaps for like 3 different budget ranges you may have. For the cheapest one, I love the Maybelline Fashion Brow Duo Shaper. For a mid-range, I love the Happy Skin. I talk about this a lot. The I Love You 2 Microtip Eyebrow Pencil and Spoolie Duo. And for the most expensive option, I love the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. These are all great products. So for today, I think I'll use the Maybelline one. The only downside to this product is that it doesn't come with a spoolie, but it does come with powder on the other end. And rule of thumb with brows again, you want to use a shade 2 to 3 shades lighter than your hair color if you have dark hair. And if you have light hair, you want to use a shade 2 to 3 shades darker. So I'm using a shade that's pretty light. And what I do is, I don't use the pencil on the center of my brow part at all. I just draw the rough shape that I want in the very bottom of my brow. And at the same time, I'm filling in these little gaps I have in the very bottom where I want there to be a bit more volume. I also like to fill this part of my brow a bit because I like it more full. So I make both horizontal and vertical strokes, just keeping it natural. So as you can see, that already made my brows look a lot more defined and thicker, but you can still see some skin peeking through, which I like, and you can see the individual strands of hair. And as for the tail, the rule is go from center of your lip, corner of your nose to corner of your eye. That's where it should end. Sometimes I just extend a bit. So that is the first step done. So the next step is to use a brow volumizing kind of brow mascara. And again, I'll give you guys 3 options of my favorites. The cheapest one being the Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. And my other 2 favorites, this is the next one, Benefit Gimme Brow. This is the one I love using when I need to rush to like the grocery or the gym or something quick like that, and I wanna have something on my brows without it being too obvious. I like this one. But my ultimate favorite, Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows. And I always tell people that if I had to pick one brow product for the rest of my life, I would just pick this because it's amazing. the wand is the best part because it's so skinny and you can really see the fibers on the wand as well. So I think I will use this for today. So what I do with this is I concentrate most of the product in the center part of my brows. And what this does is it does the rest of the filling for me. Because you know how I didn't really fill in using the pencil, I just created the shape I wanted more. So with this, it's just gonna make my brows look fluffier and at the same time make the hairs thicker without it looking too solid or blocky, which is what would happen if I were to use a brow gel or a powder or a pomade, something like that. Then at the beginning part of my brows, this is where the magic happens. I just brush upwards and I just go all out because it's hard to go overboard with this product just because the brush is just really so fine, but it still picks up every single hair. So sometimes I skip this step altogether, but for the sake of the tutorial, I will show you guys. Because sometimes I would want my brows to be a little polished even if they're bushy. Because sometimes I tend to lose the space I have here from my eye all the way to my eyebrow, and it can kind of eat up my whole eye. So sometimes I like to have a little more highlight in this brow bone area. One product I like to do that little lift and highlight is Benefit's Highbrow. And I swear this video isn't sponsored by Benefit. I just really love their brow products. But of course, a cheaper alternative is just using any concealer you have and a precise concealer brush. So I'm using a Laura Mercier concealer brush with Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. And I don't like to use a concealer that's too high coverage because it could be really hard to blend out. So while the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows or whatever brow volumizing product you may have opted for is drying, I carve out my brows just a bit. So you can see I'm just using super light hand and very little product, and this just cleans my brows a bit. And I even just use my finger to blend that. So you can see that's carving my brow out a bit, but not as intense as, let's say, a Kylie Jenner brow where it's really crisp and clean. This one is just bringing back light into that area. So lastly, I'm going to be using a clear brow gel, and this is actually the most important part of the brow routine. Unfortunately, I don't have like 3 options for this one because the only brow gel that works and actually holds my brows up the whole day is the Benefit Ready Set Brow. What's nice about this is it's 24-hour hold. Not that I would know because I've never worn brow products for that long. But it claims to have 24-hour hold, and it also makes the rest of your brow products waterproof. So let's say you didn't use a waterproof product on your brows. If you put this over, then it will keep it more long-lasting and intact. So it's a clear gel. I first brush these up, and while that's drying, I do the other side. And once I'm done with the other side, I go back to the first side, which is now a little dry but not fully yet, and I just add another coat. So there, basically 2 coats of the clear brow gel. And if I feel like the beginning part looks like a little bald there, I just go back in with the volumizer and lightly go over it. So there you have it, guys. This is my current bushy brow routine. If you guys have any questions, then don't hesitate to just message me. I usually reply. I hope many of you found this video useful. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.